Hello and welcome. We just got finished reading The Farmer's Wife, which is a story about a husband and a wife, but primarily the wife, who both were very selfish and would say nothing kind to anybody, and they hated the poor, would do nothing good for anyone. Very, very straightforward. Just cruel and evil people. For no other reason than they just didn't like other people. Well, an old lady came by one day, and she asked for some food. Just the scraps that you weren't going to eat. And then she came by later, and she asked for some milk, because she was thirsty and tired. And then she came by later, and she said, what, just give me the stuff that you would churn into butter. That's all I need, because I know it's the day for churning butter, but I'm just out of the ability to continue on. And the lady refused her and said, I'll put the dogs on you if you ever try and get anything from me again. So the old woman left, but she left after she put a black something inside of one of the milk jars. And the woman, later on, being very thirsty, went to go drink the milk. But, seeing that there was something black in it, she tried pulling it out. But she couldn't get it out. You know how you try and get something that falls into the bathtub and you just put your fingers under it and it goes whoosh, and it just keeps falling out of your hands over and over again. Or even something inside of your glass, you get your finger in it and you try and push it against the wall, but it keeps pushing to the side. And so you just do this little number right here. And then you just finally whatever, and you usually just pour it out, right? But back then you didn't really have the ability to just pour something out and get a new one because resources were very precious. So instead, she was like, well, whatever, I'll just try and drink it. Maybe it'll go to the bottom. And so she drank and she drank and she drank until finally she drank the black mark. And this ended up being a terrible thing to do. But it was the consequence of not helping others. For you see, her body turned completely ink black. Just absolutely pitch black. And so they went to get help. And the doctor came, saw her, heard the story, and immediately knew this is the devil's work. They got a priest. They started to try and perform exorcisms and to bring holy water. They bathed her in the holy water. They prayed over her, and she comes out, and she's been purged of all of the evil except for her hand, which kind of reminds me of Lady Macbeth, where it's always washing the hand, but the hand will always remain dirty. And so the priest told her, he's like, look, if you don't become kind, this will remain with you forever as a testament to the evil that you have done towards others. And so the woman, thinking about it, decided that she would use this as a moment of reflection and change and become a better person. And so she spent the rest of her life helping the poor and the needy. And because of this, the poor and the needy's tears eventually cleaned her hand free. Those who gave her the mark were the ones who were able to free her from the mark. And whenever she died, she was completely clean from top to bottom, just before she got to meet God. So a very encouraging story, because, as they say, as it says, what does it say? You're going to have to give me a minute. My brain's not working very well today. Yeah. Charity covers a multitude of sins, right? Charity covers a multitude of sins. So, if, you've been doing a lot of evil and you're like, I really need to repent of this, begin charity work. Start changing your heart. Help those in need. Don't be selfish, so that you too can become spotless before God after you die. But that's what I got out of the story. What did you get out of the story? Let me know down in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the little notification bell, and I'll see you in one of these other videos right here. Thanks.